side. So Venom over to that bottom corner. Sir Dimwee, absolute lead. Nice defense on the other side, and then he gets it back. Has some options, but Zesper cutting off nicely, as well as Venom. Another cutoff, and what great defense, but eventually the offense from Gilligan. But yes, Blitz coming in now as well. Well, Sir Dimwee coming in rather. Getting stunned by Will and Akami, and they get loose for the goal. Just barely goes over here. Ooh, was that? Must have been on purpose. Nice little bounce. Ascend will just go for the one-on-one. That's a great opportunity, and it's a tied-up match. Mess, and making a little bit mess of Sir Dimwee there with this stun. Just the punch, the reception, the goal. And some punches in the back line there, really bothering some players for Nova. On Nova, that is. A shot going to go through, but taken out by Ascend. A nice save. Just turned around. It's easy to get caught up in the pile-ups, and it will happen to every team in any given match from time to time. But the experienced ones, and that one is great. Look at shot, and notice the spacing. The experienced, that's okay. They didn't like their first look, so they'll just try again for an even better one, and they get it done. Gotta love that kind of play. So patient, and what did it do? It got them to continuing to brawl. An awful lot there in the back line. Not doing an awful job whatsoever. Doing a great job. Now Will, oh great save there from Dimwee. Just snags it right out of the hands on a one-on-one opportunity here on the other side. If they can lock in a goal, that just could be the ice. It looks like indeed going up by 4, so there's still time. It's not the dagger, but it is a little bit of ice. In Europe, the European scene, yeah, it was. In North America, not so much. Now, Akami, I can safely say now this will be the dagger. I gotta be happy if you're Nova with their play overall. Maybe a couple missed passes towards the end and some good cutoffs. We'll actually get the wireless jacks one more score. And then came back again with a just stronger third round, and that was kind of the tail of that tape. Right here, there's backboard play again, so Zesper, the recipient, now forming into these brawls as that shot does go very close to the goal. Now we'll have an open one, conceded to Will. Oh, what a save! Ascend! How about that? Possible second, wasn't even looking it seemed, and just a slow shot there, maybe too slow in fact, but on the second attempt, Will get it. So, oh, that's gonna hurt because off the... Right back at him, there's Ascend with a pass, recognizing Venom there on the opposite side. Going for a good dunk right from that corner. It's just guaranteed by a goal, just like this one has been so far in round 2. There's a nice spin move as Akami unwinds, not only himself, but on the shot, unwinds into the goal. Fantastic, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I was trying for the alliteration, instead I got tied, but right there will not be a tie, it'll be a lead. Courtesy of Blitz. Blitz all over that play, really just forcing these quick passes and then playing the passing lane. So very well done to Blitz. And ultimately the Alchemy as well. Boosting up time, they've been pretty patient with their offense thus far. They still have time to do that. Right there to the nest. Oh, on that shot save there from Will though. Great grab to play that denial deep, and Blitz getting it clear. So Will having himself quite a game now. I remember earlier in season 1 as we do get Blitz going for the shot here, going up 11-4 now. As well, so definitely a very talented player. See if he can do it again though against Zesper. He can't. Zesper putting enough zest on it, and he delivery past the hands of multiple players. And Venom All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to VR Master League here in week 9. Season's going by quite quickly, isn't it? But yeah, welcome back everyone. We have a second and final European match of the day here following our match earlier between Team Gecko and Watchin' Weebs. It was Team Gecko there who got the win in 3 rounds, their first win of the season. And it was a fun watch for sure. Right here we got Vertigo and Fusion about to face off. Both these teams feeling good as of late because we got Vertigo and Fusion both winning 3 of their last 5 matches across the last couple weeks. For Vertigo, they had wins against Smash Dash, Team Gecko, Fusion 2 weeks ago on the 19th. Then a couple losses versus Alpha Ducks and Smash Dash as well 3 weeks ago. For Fusion, their victories here as they're starting to light it up more and more across the latter half of the season. They had a match 1 against Watchin' Weebs, Team Gecko, and Paradox. So seeing they can meet this measuring stick of Vertigo. They're definitely going to be a good test of Vertigo. A team that on their best days definitely can compete with those top teams. Alakos stopping by in the chat. Hello to you. Thanks for the raid also. Party of 3. Good to have you all here. As we start this party of 1 on the cast. Palidore here, of course. And let's get ready to go. Round 1 underway. First joust also underway. We'll be taken by Alakos as well. So not only in the chat, but also in the game. How about that? But anyway, we'll be taking back Twang Pants and Galti getting it back. So Galti will back this one out, passing it over to the right side, over to Swift. Swift playing it patiently. The passing game for Fusion going to be kind of an important test for them as Galti gets a great grab, tries to tap off that Geo, but struggles a little bit, so has to dump off the pass faster than he first intended. And that just might get the goal here for Twang Pants, going off the back and right up top to the ceiling. Missing the hands of a couple players, but back to Damus. Swift contesting very well there with the stuns. Swift has definitely been offensively heating up a lot as of late. I think last time around he had his one off game. I only remember because I replayed one of his misses just to be cheeky towards the end of the match. And he didn't like it. but no, he's aside of the one game, he's otherwise really been lighting up and is a big reason why they've been winning as much as anything. As Damus goes in for the nice win on that one on the goalie there inside the goal. So 2 points, first to Vertigo. But not just Swift certainly contributing to the wins, but also, I mean, they're a team as a whole between Alakos and Frogio and Galti. I mean, all of them just doing great work. You know, Galti playing a lot of high-pressure defense in the midline, getting some goals as well, and just rebounding is very, very good with those midline plays. Alakos and Frogio both great at goal, inside the goal, around the bubble, and whatnot. So really collective effort from the team. Vertigo here just trying to, again, come back out there. Won 3 of their last 5 games as well, 5 of their last 7 overall. So they've definitely been on a streak of their own here. As they go sky high into the corner and back down to the floor where Twang Pants will collect it and send it right through. So there's some boosts, some nice punches coming through as well just to delay a little bit. The other stack there for Vertigo still able to collect it back though and looking to roll on offense there as it's going to be pressure. From both teams, from both players, I should say, on both sides of the floor. Galti there on this end, so Fusion playing some nice D as Damus gets the disc. And there's Galti again. Mentioned his midline play. It's at play at the moment. Going to contest here before the pass gets sent off. So there's one man left a bit uncovered there, Kai. Just kind of enabling eventually for Vertigo to get to the side of the floor. It took a lot of passes. I mean, really, Galti all on his own, forcing a lot of this triangle play and actually almost causing a turnover there just by himself. So Galti, again, doing that mid lane work that I talked about and doing a good job of it. But right back to Damus. And Vertigo looking to play it slow. So they're cutting in here now. We have shoulder passes. We have nest passes. They're going for the cut across the nest. Oh, but there's the goalkeeping from Alakos. It's always a thing. Within the first couple of minutes of any match, he's always providing those saves and gets another one there. But unfortunately, they weren't able to get anything going on offense as Galti has a little bit of jank going on, but that's another thing I've noticed with him over the weeks. He has occasional issues, but no issue at all on Twang Pants' shot. He had a long time to line it up from deep, and that's 5 points for Vertigo as a result.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Preparing that PE joust, all their players in the tunnel here. See if Fusion can get their offense going a little bit. Well, on the whole, their passing has been very much improved in recent weeks. A big part of the reasoning for their success and their continued growth. Vertigo, fortunate bounce, gets right to Twang. Couldn't connect on the shots, so rebounded by Swift. Collected there by Sanch. Bothersome defense, closing in on Swift there to cause another turnover. And because of that, Twang Pants will have himself the disc here, and Vertigo a chance, an opportunity for another goal perhaps, but just a mishandling of the disc right there. Kind of unforced error and will result in the clear. Goes right to the midline, and there's a Fusion there first. Frogio, just almost the window, but barely unable to get that one off. That's a great stack from Vertigo to deny the open three-point shot otherwise. Because goal was uncovered here. Twang and Kai in the back line will get it right back, and now they're all looking for the boost here. And just kind of that interesting dynamic there between the fast play and the slow play. Vertigo is becoming one of those teams more and more where they're kind of trying to find that good rhythm of both, where they'll be fast when they need to, they'll play it slow when they need to. That shot just a tiny bit off. Still another rebound. They're going to have more chances yet, and Twang Pants comes away with it. Just Twang dancing around, if nothing else. Looking for a cross. A lot of ducks, a lot of jukes. I couldn't find the hoop, but rebounded. Will be to Kai. Also couldn't get it. Digging off there. So a lot of fancy footwork, handwork, and what have you, but unable to convert on the finished product. But Fusion trying to get back here on the defense. Or on the offense, rather, as Vertigo does recollect it and send it. It's Twang Pants with a pass over to Sanch. Sanch lining it up on the stack. That's a fantastic delivery. Great read. But, again, the defense denying it here inside the Fusion bubble. So right back to Twang. Mid-lining it, waiting for the defense to approach first before the cut. So good timing there. Great passing off the backboard, too soft. Alakos will get that easily, but, off. It looks like just lost a disc. I'm not sure if it was off a teammate or we'll see in the replay. But just the disc flying out of his hands there softly. And see, it looks like maybe a headbutt or misgrab by his teammate next to him. Still couldn't tell very well in the replay, but unfortunate because that does just roll right into the hands of the Vertigo player. And they score off of it. Now here's a good looking rollout though for Fusion. As he gets a cross pass, and what a great dunk delivery to Frogio. Just plowing right through that mid area and into the goal. So great hit. As we also have Pyro Main joining Fusion for some reason over on the blue side. So not sure what's going on there. Ideally, he should be piecing out here in a second, though. We don't have the 5 players, and there he is. Or there he goes. So maybe a misinvite before the game. Either way. So Pyro with a little cameo. Nothing else. But Sanch gets a disc here, so 2 points on the board for Fusion now. Lining up the three-point shot just off, so Alakos gets it back. Looking to collect that off the barrier. Again, some fancy, if not unintentional, handwork there, managing the disc. But back to it first is Sanch, pressured by Galti in the midline yet again, and is kind of home area there, just causing so much damage with the punches and the defense in the midline. Galti very good at that. But speaking of, he still has his medicine dish right back to him, but the quick clear will be intercepted by a pair of players there for Fusion in the back line. So already well positioned out on that rush clear. See Shepard hopping in as well in the chat. Welcome. As Swift goes for a pass, but is just cut off again with the stun, so couldn't get too much mustard behind it. And as a result, another change of possessions, back and forth. So some of these clears, Vertigo's doing a really good job here. Kai getting a punch there, but Vertigo's doing great on some of this play. But losing the disc to Galti. Again, his defense paying off. And that's 4 points now for Fusion. Galti doing work. Vertigo there just as well. They had some nice stuns and midline defense. However, the clears, some of them too rushed, some of them not not precise as they wanted it to. So they were intercepts and rebounds and ultimately lost the disc at the end. So Fusion doing a good job to take full advantage of it. As that disc and that pass just gets missed. So right back to Alakos. He needs to get rid of it rather quickly. There's some defense there. Again, some nice closing off in these lanes, playing the passing lanes for both these teams. So unfortunately, Fusion could not get the clear they might have been in it for that 3-point play. Could have tied it up, forced an overtime. 20 seconds left. Twang Pants possibly just going to run the clock. Last thing they want to do is give up an open 3 at this point. So just handing it off there to Kai. And now with a time definitely no longer a factor for a comeback. Fusion trying for one last shot, going up for the cross, and it costs them the goal over for Fusion. So ending this one in round 1, 9-4. So good opening round for Vertigo. Fusion with some late game plays there defensively was really doing a good job. Galti especially, and then Alakos had his couple saves and some dives out of the goal that were really well done. But couldn't quite manage to close that gap between them and Vertigo, so will be that round 1 victory going to them here. As we take a look at the stats and just see what we got going for us now. So it will be Sanch with 2 assists there, Kai with 1 assist, 1 steal, 13 stuns, 16 stuns for Stanch. Twang Pants, 7 points, as well as 9 stuns. Damus with 2 points, 7 stuns. For Alakos, 3 saves, 12 stuns. Frogio with 2 points, 1 save, and 13 stuns. Galti with 2 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 11 stuns as well. Just great midline play in general. Defense there. As Swift doesn't have the points yet, but put up a save, a couple steals, and 9 stuns. All right, so round 2, here we go. Let's see if we can get ourselves another round 3 matchup. We had that one in Europe earlier on between Team Gecko and Watch and Weaves that went to 3 rounds. Both teams were competing for their first wins there, and as they go for that first shot, Vertigo, another narrow miss. They've had a couple close ones that were just a bit off slightly. That one will not be. It's on for the 2. And playing it very tight into that corner to hit the goalie's feet and just make it a little bit tougher. And that's kind of the issue playing against good defenses like Alakos, Frogio, Galti, all these players, but especially in-goal defenders like Alakos and Frogio specifically. They are very likely to save those discs if you put it anywhere near their center of mass, anywhere near their bodies. So really, anytime you go against those good goalies, of course, Shepard, one of them, aka Danimal in Twitch chat. But anytime you're going up against good goalies, it really does make you think sometimes about how you shoot it, and you want to paint those corners of the goalpost and just not make it too easy, because otherwise you'll be punished. And I think few things in Echo Arena feel worse than getting stuffed right near the rim on a shot attempt. So, yeah, and Shepard saying there, can't be slacking against a goalie. Exactly. And nothing else. Europe has definitely been known as that shot is going to go very close. Definitely been known for their goalkeeping skills over the years as an entire region. Uncanny how good they've been and for how long. On a rebound attempt, oh, great job by Swift there. So doing a little bit of what Well, what Galti was doing for all of round one, Swift getting back in a timely fashion to sling it out. The clear not quite going through and unable to retrieve it, so the defense now off balance. Maybe a 3-on-2 potentially unfolding here. Vertigo just going for a backboard pass up top, and they'll drop it in. No problem. 4 points now for Vertigo, courtesy of Sanch that time, assisted by Twang Pants. So 2 minutes now into this second round. Vertigo off to a decent start here. Fusion playing well, but unable to really find any goals as of yet in this this round. So a good rollout here. Onto that left side. We've seen this executed by Fusion pretty well, that rollout. As they go for Frogio up top. He's going to drop it off one more. Didn't like that first angle, so just go for the next one. Backing it out again. And now closing it on the defense. Pass up high. One more. And it gets the score. I love that passing play from Fusion. Just great patience to work around the defense. There were a couple times that maybe they could have taken a shot, but it was tough because he had Frogio, I think, 2 or 3 times right up here, like in the upper corner above the goal. Could he have taken a shot? Sure. Would it have been easier to save for a goalie and harder to make as an offensive player? Yes and yes. So what do? They went for the better open angle by finding that extra pass to that corner post area and just rolling in for a much wider shot angle. So gotta love that passing from Fusion to get them the first 2. Vertigo now trying to do much of the same and space out for some passing. So there it goes, right to the backboard, but stunned out courtesy of Alikos, and now grabbed by Swift and cleared. So good defense there. Alikos diving out to stun a bit. Swift clearing it, but faster on the stack approaches Twang Pants and Sanch. So right back into the goal, taken by Kai. And in a group, big cluster of 3 different players, he decides to pass it out again, maybe wisely, as Alikos denies it again. Another fantastic defensive play, but another one of those clears that just don't quite go through. So undoing the good defense was just this rebounding from Vertigo. And they're going to go right back at it now to the bow tie. Have some options. The spacing here from Vertigo, really good. So even though some of these passes are missing, that one missing, you know, they're spaced out wide enough, and the passes are have enough finesse on it that it's still easy to collect them off these strays and these bounces. And just like that, you have Sanch with a goal. Alikos, either Alikos or Frogio, whoever was in goal there, doing another good job of diving, but just a slight misread on the grab, so it did enable that open goal from Sanch. But otherwise, nice read by the defense, but better play from the offense. Playing those thin margins and squeezing that pass right through. Galti getting stunned here as Kai and Twang Pants recover. Send a deep shot that'll just bounce off the barrier. But rebounded there by Sanch. And he will absolutely convert on that shot now, going up 9-2. So another one of those breakaway goals for Sanch. Happy to get it. Happy to find the 3.
4, 3, 2, 1. It's game on. Blue clears.
So rollout very quickly contested by Twang and Kai's stack, but Fusion doing a fantastic job of just weaving these passes through, and a plethora of moves up and under and going over for the score. 9-4, Fusion putting it together off a great offensive dive by Galti. That was some really great work by Fusion, too, because Vertigo was playing that tight. Their defense was right on point with the stacks. It's just that precision and quickness from Fusion's passing. Too much to overcome that time. But down here will be a 2-on-1. Cannot get that one done, and it's going to be hard against a guy like Alikos, but, oh, just losing it. Sanch couldn't quite make it, but a rebound to Kai. I mentioned that good spacing from Vertigo, the good passing, but the great dive. Swift now, so he's providing some great defense in the goal just as well. Can't find the clear, however. Gotta love this defense being shown, but the clears, Fusion kind of struggling with them at times, so they're getting a lot of these great grabs, and finally they do get the clear. So there it goes, going to be very tightly contested, and a nice punch, bold if nothing else from Damus. But able to get the punch off and thus collect the disc first and send it over to Twang Pants on this pass. The goal is just slightly open, but now covered, actually. Sanch in position. Actually, maybe a little out of position as a couple defenders close in. So a lot of back and forth. We're getting into one of those kind of frantic moments where you just see these windows for the passing very tight. So they got to work around really quickly here and just try to find a little bit of calmness. But you definitely see these spurts happen throughout the regular duration of an Echo match. So Damus does get that disc, finds the clear. There's an immediate boost, getting broken up slightly, so their stack broken, but the disc looks like it still should be had with just a couple seconds to spare. There's a space out and back out, and that's what Vertigo, I think, needs here. They have the lead, so they don't need to be playing in any kind of position of panic or rushed play. You know, they've got the 5-point advantage, still 2:37 remaining. So now that they've got control of this disc, they just want the best possible control and the best shot opportunity. And if they don't get it, they can always back it out because they're comfortable with that 5-point lead. And you can see it, really pressing the issue here, forcing Fusion to press the issue on defense because, well, there is no choice. That said, that shot may be a little bit ambitious there through a couple defenders trying to go for maybe a shot on that stunned goalie, and instead will turn over into a goal for Swift and Fusion. So maybe a little misread there, misplay from Vertigo, taking a more tough shot. It's not an uncommon shot. We see a lot of teams take it, but was it a necessary shot considering the point and the time situation? Probably not. So therefore, Fusion just fully capitalizing on it. Credit to them, bring it right back within 3. So they're still in this with 1:40 left. As the defense pressures. So again, Vertigo, kind of the same thing, 1:36 left. See if they can get that control back, and if they do, if they can maintain it. You know, not allow Fusion to reciprocate with yet another goal. And just make it all the more tense for Vertigo. Just trying to close this one out in 2, if possible. So Damus just missing the first one, but Kai will get the disc off the bounce. He's going to roll in here, potentially passing it off. 1 minute left, and Twang Pants will back it out now. So Twang has, again, the spacing from Vertigo, very nice. Really like what I've been seeing on that end. A little bit mistimed on the pass, however, the communication maybe a little off on the comms. So through it as this guy was cutting, but making up for mistakes maybe with the speed. And I always say how good of a thing that is as well. If you know, mistakes, every team will make mistakes, but you can absolutely make up for just about any mistake in the game if you have a quick enough stack, quick enough boost. You know, we see so many good teams, so many of the top teams doing just that. You know, they'll have multiple opportunities just because they're so quick on the rebounds and the collection off the stack to bother players. Now, Fusion has a chance here to tie it up, but they need to go for a 3 at this point. But instead, it will be a turnover thrown onto the other side. If they can get a quick stack, they still might have a small chance. They're going to get there just about the same time, but Twang takes it away, just needs to back it out now, and with no time remaining, that will indeed be game here in round 2. Go into Vertigo. Fusion keeping it very close in both the rounds, in fact. But Vertigo just doing a good job to hang on and maintain that lead in those last couple of minutes. So good job to them, and congrats on the win. And we'll head over to our stats screen for all the highlights and the likes. And yeah, get a look at that. So for Vertigo, came through very nicely, holding on and getting that win with a led by Sanch with 9 points and 2 assists, 1 save, 2 steals, 31 stuns. That's a lot of stats all across the way for Sanch. So definitely helping lead his team to victory there with just a little bit of everything, a full buffet, if you will. Kai, 4 assists, so great distribution. 1 save, 1 steal, 31 stuns. Yeah, Twang Pants with 7 points and 1 assist, 1 steal, 14 stuns. And then Damus, 2 points, 1 save, and 17 stuns. So very, very nicely done from Vertigo again. You know, despite a couple of those misplays here and there, I love the spacing, the positioning from them. They're looking for all the right passes and putting a lot of good touch on them. So even though sometimes the passes weren't always pinpoint. They still had enough softness to it to collect, and that's something you always recommend teams sometimes. Like you get into a lot of newer players that are competitive. We'll do that at times where they get rushed and panic, and then it's just nothing but really strong flings, really strong passes that just ricochet off everything and make it hard to collect. But if you can slow it down and get those plays where you have the soft touch passes and things like that, makes things a lot more calmer and easier to catch for the recipient. So for Fusion here, it was Swift and Galti both with 4 points apiece. Swift also contributing 2 saves, 4 steals, and 19 stuns. Galti with 2 assists, 1 steal, and 18 stuns. For Frogio, he had the 2 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, and 27 stuns. And Alakos with 5 saves. He had some great dives and some just great head-on denials at the goal. You love to see that. 26 stuns. So, you know, they made some great strides. It's just ultimately fell slightly short. But obviously the score differential, I mean, very, very close. Had a couple different plays gone a different way. Could have easily been a win for Fusion or a round 3 at least. So, still, close match there. But ultimately, as I was mentioning earlier, really there's just the positioning, the extra rebounds, because Fusion was playing some great defense inside the goal. I mean, between the saves, the dives, the stuns, they were playing some phenomenal in-goal defense. It was just some of the clears, unfortunately, that either ricocheted off of those corner pockets near the tunnel, or it was intercepted by the Vertigo players in general. So Vertigo got the multiple attempts, and that's basically the only difference maker, because you look at possession time, 68% for Vertigo, 73% of the shots taken. That's, I mean, in a game, in a match where it was only a 5-point difference in round 1 and a 3-point difference in round 3, those extra shots and extra possession time for Vertigo, basically the only difference maker. Otherwise, a very well played game from Fusion just as well. And speaking of Fusion, Swift stopping in here. Good game, well played. Yeah, absolutely. Both teams had some very nice plays and nice passing. So, well played to Vertigo and Fusion. And nice new overlay, Pally, he says. Why, thanks. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty nice having the complete stat line there. It does take me a little extra time to input now, just because I'm doing the whole screenshot and crop thing, and I kind of figured out how to have that somewhat automatically done and saving to the same place, but it does take a little extra time, so. But it's definitely nicer to have that full stat collection for teams to look at after the fact, so yeah, I'm happy. But anyway, all right, that will do it for me and this match. I'll bring up the schedule quickly here just to take a gander at what we got going on later today, because we have a few North American matchups with Orbit and Legends starting off at 5:30 Mountain Time, 7:30 Central. Nova versus Guinness, half an hour after that. And then 1 hour after that, it's Ignite and Wireless Jacks to finish it off. So a lighter load of a Wednesday here. 2 European games, 3 North American games. And that's before, of course, we get into the grit of things in the weekend with all those matches coming up. Swift saying, my shot at the end was on target, by the way. It was a headbutt blocked, I think. Yeah, those are always tough whenever you get those headbutts and things like that. Sometimes it's your own teammates, sometimes it's the enemy, but yeah, it happens. But it was a good game, fun to watch. But with that said, I think that's going to do it for us then. And well, when I say us, I mean me. Until later on in the afternoon. So thank you everyone for joining, for watching, and interacting across the last couple games. So I've been Palidore. This has been VRML week 9. I don't even know where I got the 3 from. Week 9, day 3, I guess, Wednesday. And yes, have a good day. Be safe, be healthy, be happy, and see you again real soon. Good game, Frogio. You're welcome. Thank you right back. Okay, bye.